The chief surgeon grabbed her hair and pulled hard. "Know your place, trash," he said. Everyone thought the quiet nurse would cry and run away. But they were wrong. They did not know she was a decorated Navy combat medic. What she did next shocked the entire hospital. This is her story. Before you watch full story, comment below from which country are you watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories. St. Catherine's Hospital in Chicago was chaos. Ambulances screamed in every hour. Patients filled the hallways. Doctors shouted orders. And in the middle of it all was Maya Rivers. She was 29 years old but looked younger. Small, maybe 5'3". Dark hair always tied back. Plain glasses. No makeup. No smile. She barely spoke. Maya had worked at the hospital for 4 months. In that time, she spoke less than 50 words to anyone. She did the dirty work. Cleaned bedpans. Mopped floors. Took night shifts nobody wanted. She never complained. Never asked questions. Just worked in silence. The other nurses thought she was strange. "She's like a ghost," whispered Kelly, a young redhead nurse. I asked where she worked before. She just stared at me and walked away. "I heard her resume is almost empty," said Tom, a male nurse. "No idea how she got hired." "Dr. Cole treats her like a slave," said Linda, the head nurse. "Yesterday he made her clean the supply room 3 times. She did it without a word." Dr. Marcus Cole was the chief of trauma surgery. He was 48, tall, handsome, and rich. He came from old money. Harvard Medical School. Published researcher. Award winner. And he knew it. He treated the staff like servants. He screamed at nurses for tiny mistakes. He threw instruments when angry. His favorite target was Maya Rivers. Dr. Cole's voice boomed. "Get over here now." Maya walked quickly to Trauma Bay 2 where he was stitching a teenager's forehead. "You're late," Cole sneered. "I called you 30 seconds ago. Do you know how much my time is worth?" "I'm sorry, doctor," Maya said quietly. "Sorry doesn't save lives. Competence does. Try to get some." He grabbed a clamp from her tray, deliberately brushing her hand, then wiped his glove like she was dirty. The other nurses watched with pity and relief. Relief it was not them today. Inside the supply closet, Maya leaned against the cold shelf. She breathed slowly. In for 4. Hold for 4. Out for 4. Her hands were steady. They were always steady. They had been steady when an RPG hit her convoy in Afghanistan. They had been steady when she packed her commander's chest wound while under fire. She was not afraid of Marcus Cole. She had survived worse. She pulled her sleeve down, hiding the shrapnel scars on her arm and the Navy SEAL medical insignia tattoo on her wrist. She was here to learn how to be civilian again. The military had discharged her after a classified mission went wrong. Blend in. Stay invisible. That was the mission. It was 3:47 p.m. when the radio crackled. "St. Catherine's ER, this is Ambulance 12. 2 minutes out. Critical patient. Male, 55, multiple gunshot wounds. BP dropping. We lost his pulse once. ETA 2 minutes. The ER erupted into action. Dr. Cole appeared, putting on gloves. Everyone ready. This will be messy. Blood ready. Or on standby. Move. Maya was assigned to suction. Keep the airway clear. Stay in the background. The ambulance burst through the doors. Paramedics pushed a gurney with a large unconscious man covered in blood. Through his torn shirt, Maya saw a tattoo. An eagle with a trident and anchor. Navy SEAL symbol. Her heart skipped. She looked at his face. Even swollen and bloody, she recognized him. Commander James Reeves. Her former commanding officer. The man who saved her life in Afghanistan. "Talk to me," Dr. Cole shouted. "Male, mid-50s, multiple GSWs to chest and abdomen," the paramedic reported. BP 70/40 and dropping. Heart rate 140. 2 IVs running. "We shocked him once. Get an ultrasound. Rivers, start suctioning. Don't just stand there." Maya moved to the head of the bed. She began clearing the airway automatically, but her mind raced. James Reeves. Her commander. What was he doing here? Why was he shot? Dr. Cole was cutting away clothes, examining wounds. 3 entry wounds. 2 chest, 1 abdomen. Tom, chest tube kit. Kelly, call blood bank. For units O negative now. Maya watched the monitor. Heart rate getting irregular. Blood pressure dropping. Then she noticed something Cole missed. The neck veins were bulging. The trachea was shifting. Tension pneumothorax. Collapsed lung putting pressure on the heart. "Doctor," Maya said quietly. "Look at the neck veins." Cole ignored her. "I need more light here." "Doctor," Maya said louder. "The trachea is deviated. It's tension pneumothorax. We need to decompress now or his heart will stop." Cole looked up with fury. "Excuse me. Are you a doctor, Rivers? Did you go to medical school?" "No, but..." "Then shut your mouth and do your job. I am the chief surgeon. You are a nurse. You suction. You don't diagnose." The monitor alarm screamed. "Flatline. He's coding." Tom shouted. "Crash cart. Charge to 200. Clear." Cole shocked the patient. "Nothing. Charge to 300. Clear." Another shock. Still flatline. "Dr. Cole, shocking won't work," Maya said firmly. "The air pressure is compressing his heart. We need needle decompression right now." Cole's face turned red. "I said shut up. Charge to 360. Please, doctor. Look at his chest. You can see." That was when Dr. Cole snapped. He turned from the patient and grabbed Maya by the shoulders. "I told you to shut your mouth," he screamed. Then he grabbed a handful of her hair and yanked her head back violently. The pain was sharp. Maya stumbled backward. Cole still had his fingers in her hair. He pulled harder, forcing her to look up at him. "Know your place, trash," Cole hissed, his face inches from hers. Spit flew from his lips. "You are nothing. I am trying to save this man's life and you're in my way." He released her with a shove. Maya hit the metal cabinet with a crash. The suction catheter clattered to the floor. The entire ER went silent. Doctors froze. Nurses stood shocked. What Cole just did was assault. In front of everyone. Cole stood there, chest heaving, convinced he was right. Everyone expected Maya to cry. To run. But something changed in her eyes. The fear vanished. The quiet nurse disappeared. Her posture shifted. Shoulders squared. Feet spread into a combat stance. She looked like a soldier. "You should not have done that," Maya said. Her voice was calm but carried absolute authority. Cole felt a flicker of fear but pushed it down. "Get security. Get this woman out of my ER." Maya did not move. She looked at the monitor. Commander Reeves was still flatline. She turned to Linda. "Give me a 14-gauge needle. Now." "Maya, stop. He's the chief." Maya did not wait. She moved. Fast. Cole tried to grab her arm. I told you. Maya was faster. She stepped inside his reach, trapped his wrist, applied pressure to a nerve, and swept his leg. 2 seconds. Cole went from standing to face down on the floor, his arm bent behind his back. He screamed in pain. Stay down, Maya commanded. Not a request. An order. She released him and stepped over his body. She grabbed a needle and went to Reeves. She found the second intercostal space on his chest and pushed the needle through. Hisses. The sound of escaping air filled the room. Everyone held their breath. Beep. 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 The heart rhythm returned. Reeves was alive. Maya pulled off her gloves. She looked down at Cole, who was struggling up, clutching his wrist, his face purple with humiliation. He's alive, Maya said quietly. And you, doctor, are done. Cole scrambled to his feet. You assaulted me. I'll have you arrested. I'll destroy you. Do you know who I am? Maya slowly rolled up her left sleeve. Everyone stared. Her forearm was covered in scars. Burned scars. Shrapnel scars. And on her wrist was a tattoo. An eagle, anchor, and trident. The SEAL medical insignia. I know exactly who you are, Dr. Cole, Maya said calmly. You are a man who just assaulted a staff member in front of witnesses. You almost let a Navy SEAL commander die because of your ego. She turned to Linda. Call security. Call police. And call this number. She recited a Pentagon number from memory. Ask for Admiral Richardson. Tell her Ghost has been compromised. Within minutes, police arrived. Cole tried to control the story. He leaned against the nurse station with ice on his wrist. That woman is dangerous, Cole told the officers. She's unstable. She attacked me without warning. I want her arrested for assault. The officer looked at Maya standing quietly by the patient's bed, hands behind her back. She did not look dangerous. Ma'am, step away from the patient, the officer said. The patient is stable, officer. But he needs ICU transport. Turn around. Hands behind your back. Maya complied. The handcuffs clicked. Several nurses gasped. You can't do this. Linda protested. She saved his life. Cole was going to let him die. Linda, Cole said coldly. Unless you want to join her, be quiet. As officers led Maya out, the nurses whispered. They had seen everything. The assault. The takedown. The tattoo. She's military, Tom whispered. Special Forces. That's the SEAL insignia. Just then, a man in an expensive suit entered. Richard Cole. Marcus's father. Chairman of the hospital board. Silver-haired. Cold eyes. A lawyer who destroyed careers for a living. Marcus. I got your text. A nurse attacked you. She's crazy, Dad. Nearly broke my arm. Richard walked to Maya, invading her space, staring down. You made a grave mistake, young lady. I will ensure you never work in healthcare again. I will sue you for everything. When I'm done, you'll be lucky to sweep streets. Maya looked at him. Did not blink. Did not cower. Move along, the officer said, pushing her forward. As they put her in the squad car, Maya glanced back. She saw Marcus and Richard Cole standing together, smirking. They thought they won. Maya leaned back and closed her eyes. 1 minute since the call to Richardson. The extraction team should be mobilizing. The war had just changed battlefields. The interrogation room was gray and cold. Maya sat handcuffed to a table for 2 hours. Detective Sarah Chen sat across from her with a file. Maya Rivers, Chen read. Age 29. No criminal record. Clean nursing license, only 5 months old. Before that, nothing. Like you didn't exist. Maya said nothing. She stared at the wall. Dr. Cole is important. His father even more so. They want felony assault charges. If you give me your side, maybe I can help. Maya remained silent. You'll go to prison. The Coles have the best lawyers. You have nothing. I want to make a phone call, Maya said quietly. You can call a public defender, but I don't need a lawyer. I need one call. Chen pushed a phone over. Maya dialed a long number with extra digits. Military satellite phone. This is Sierra 799er, Maya said, her voice shifting to military cadence. Authorization Alpha Whiskey 620 Echo. Code Black. Location, Chicago PD, 14th Precinct. Require extraction. Package compromised. She hung up. Chen stared. What was that? Who did you call? You should get coffee, detective. It's going to be a long night. Before Chen could respond, the door opened. A man in a three-piece suit entered. Robert Whitmore. Cole family attorney. I'm here to offer Miss Rivers a settlement. He opened his briefcase and slid a document over. Sign this. Admit you had a mental breakdown. Apologize to Dr. Cole. Never work as a nurse again. In exchange, we drop charges. You leave Chicago tonight. Maya looked at the paper. Complete surrender. And if I refuse? Whitmore smiled coldly. Prison. 5 to 10 years. We have witnesses. Experts. Psychiatrists. You will lose. Maya picked up the pen. Whitmore's smile widened. Maya spun the pen between her fingers. Tell me, Mr. Whitmore. Did you check my DD-214? Your what? Military discharge papers. Irrelevant. Whatever you did in the military doesn't matter here. Boom. The sound came from outside. Loud enough to shake walls. People shouted in the hallway. Not police. Different voices. Deeper. More authoritative. Federal agents. Clear the hallway. The door opened. 2 men in tactical gear entered with rifles, scanning corners. Behind them came a woman in Navy uniform. 4 stars on her shoulders. Admiral stars. Chen stood quickly, hand moving to her weapon. What is this? Whitmore demanded. This is a private interrogation. The Admiral ignored him. She walked straight to Maya and stood at attention. Lieutenant, she said, nodding. Admiral Richardson, Maya replied. Get those cuffs off her. Now, the Admiral ordered Chen. Wait, Whitmore stepped forward. She's under arrest for assault. You have no authority. Richardson turned to Whitmore. Her look could freeze fire. No authority. This woman is a decorated Navy officer. The man she allegedly assaulted nearly killed a Navy SEAL commander through negligence. And you are interfering with a federal investigation. Medical negligence. That's absurd. Unlock her, Richardson said to Chen. Chen fumbled with keys and unlocked the cuffs. Maya stood, rubbing her wrists. Are you injured, Lieutenant? Richardson asked. No, ma'am. Just wasted time. Good. We have a helicopter waiting. Commander Reeves is awake. He's asking for you. Maya turned to Whitmore, who was pale. She leaned close. Tell Dr. Cole the quiet nurse says hello. On the hospital rooftop, a Black Hawk waited. Inside the VIP suite, Commander Reeves lay in bed surrounded by military medical equipment. Maya walked in wearing a clean navy uniform now. Reeves opened his eyes. When he saw Maya, he smiled weakly. Document. I knew I recognized you. Thought I was hallucinating. Not today, Commander. You had a collapsed lung. The local surgeon almost killed you trying to shock a heart that couldn't beat. What happened to him? Handled. Admiral Richardson stood by the window. Not completely, Lieutenant. We have a problem. Richard Cole isn't backing down. He's calling senators, media contacts. He's spinning a story that you're a violent veteran with PTSD who attacked an innocent doctor. He goes to the press in 90 minutes. Maya's jaw tightened. Let him talk. It's not that simple. If he digs deep, he might uncover Operation Neptune. The classified Syria mission. The room went cold. Operation Neptune was why Maya left active duty. A hostage rescue gone wrong. Not her fault, but bad CIA intel. Civilians died. The blame almost fell on her unit. It was buried, classified, sealed. If he exposes that, my team gets dragged through hell, Maya said quietly. Exactly, Richardson said. So we don't silence him. We let him talk. Then we bury him with truth. The Admiral handed Maya a tablet. While you were detained, my intelligence team researched Dr. Marcus Cole and his father's hospital management. Maya scrolled. Her eyes widened. Case file 2019-447. Patient death, surgical error, Dr. Marcus Cole. Settlement, $3 million. NDA signed by Richard Cole. Record sealed. Case file 2020-223. Wrong site amputation, Dr. Marcus Cole. Settlement, $5 million. NDA signed, records buried. Case file 2021-556. Medication overdose death, Dr. Marcus Cole. Settlement, $2.8 million. Family silenced, records altered. Dozens of cases. A decade of mistakes, deaths, and cover-ups. This is a graveyard, Maya whispered. It's leverage, Richardson corrected. But we need a witness. Someone inside who can testify these are real, and Richard Cole ordered the cover-ups. Maya thought of the nurses. Linda, who managed digital archives. I know someone. Linda Chen. Head nurse for 15 years. She has access to everything. She's civilian. If we approach her, we put a target on her back. She already has one. If we give them a chance to fight back, they will. You want to go back in? 90 minutes before the press conference. I need to get Linda out before they purge the servers. I need the hard drives. Richardson checked her watch. The moment Cole realizes what we have, he'll delete everything. Maya headed for the door. Then I better move fast. The hospital basement was a maze. Maya, now in a maintenance jumpsuit, moved through shadows, avoiding cameras she had memorized during her 4 months. Through an earpiece, a Navy intelligence officer guided her. Lieutenant, for private security contractors in the building. Richard Cole hired them. They're armed. Copy. Rules of engagement. Unknown. Avoid contact if possible. Maya reached the service elevator using a cloned keycard. She rode to the 4th floor. The server room was adjacent to admin offices. She reached the door marked Data Archives. Locked. She knocked softly. Linda. It's Maya. I need your help. Silence. Linda, I know you're in there. I know about the deleted files. The lock buzzed. The door cracked. Linda stood there, pale, eyes red from crying. She pulled Maya inside. The room was cold, filled with server racks and blinking lights. Maya, what are you doing here? They're looking for you. Mr. Cole hired armed security. I know. Where are the surgical record backups? Linda pointed to a workstation. A progress bar showed, deletion in progress, 89%. They're wiping everything, Linda sobbed. Mr. Cole called 30 minutes ago. Said it was a system upgrade. But I know what it is. All the records of Dr. Cole's mistakes, the settlements, the deaths, once it hits 100%, it's gone forever. Can you stop it? I tried. I'm locked out. Maya looked at the server racks. If we can't stop the software, we take the hardware. She moved to the main tower. Which drive has the surgical backups? Server Bay 3, Drive D. Maya reached for the release latch. Crash. The door was kicked off its hinges. Two large men in black suits burst in. Private security. One had a stun baton. The other had a silenced pistol. Step away from the server, the gunman barked. Linda screamed and dropped to the floor. Maya didn't freeze. Distance, 12 feet. Threat, firearm. Solution, immediate action. Please don't shoot, Maya said, raising her hands, making her voice scared. I'm just a cleaning lady. The gunman hesitated, confused by the jumpsuit. Maya threw a heavy clipboard. It hit his wrist. The gun fired into the ceiling. Maya closed distance in 2 steps and elbowed the second man's solar plexus. He doubled over. The gunman was recovering. Maya kicked his knee sideways. Crack. He screamed and went down. She grabbed the gun, ejected the magazine, threw both pieces in opposite directions. The second man swung his stun baton. Maya ducked, trapped his arm, used his momentum to flip him. He hit the ground hard. She put him in a chokehold. He struggled, then went limp. Linda, are you okay? Linda was curled by the desk, shaking. What are you? Someone who knows self-defense. We don't have time. The deletion bar was at 96%. Maya ran to the server rack and pulled the drive bay handle. It was locked. She grabbed a fire extinguisher from the wall and smashed the lock. The lock shattered. She yanked the hard drive free just as the screen hit 98%. Got it. Maya, look out. Maya spun. Dr. Marcus Cole stood in the doorway. He looked insane. Tie loose. Hair messy. Sweat dripping. And he was holding the gun Maya had thrown. You ruined everything, Cole screamed, gun shaking. My career, my reputation, my life. I'm a respected surgeon. And you're just a nobody. You're not a surgeon, Marcus, Maya said calmly, standing in front of Linda. You're a butcher. This ends now. It ends when I say. Cole cocked the gun. Drop the weapon, Dr. Cole. The voice came from behind. Cole spun. Standing in the hallway were not police. They were nurses. 20 of them. Linda's staff. Kelly. Tom. Nurses from pediatrics, oncology, ICU. Shoulder to shoulder. Not armed with guns. They held 4 poles, oxygen tanks, fire extinguishers. Terrified but not moving. Get out of my way, Cole yelled, waving the gun. I'll shoot. No, you won't, Tom stepped forward. Because there are cameras everywhere. And we're all witnesses. You can't silence all of us. Cole's hand shook. He looked at the gun, the nurses, back at Maya. The weight of everything broke through his arrogance. His face crumpled. He dropped the gun, fell to his knees, covering his face, sobbing. Sirens wailed outside. Real police. State police called by Richardson. Maya walked past Cole, stepping over him. She looked at Tom and the nurses. "Thank you. We stick together," Tom said. "That's what you taught us." Maya nodded, holding up the hard drive. "Let's show the world who Marcus Cole really is." The hospital lobby looked like a TV studio. Camera crews everywhere. Reporters filled every space. Richard Cole stood at a podium in an expensive suit, looking calm and powerful. The hospital board stood behind him. "Ladies and gentlemen," Richard began smoothly. "Thank you for coming. It is with sadness that I must address a violent incident today. A disturbed woman, Maya Rivers, whom we hired as a nurse, suffered a severe mental breakdown. Suffering from PTSD, she violently attacked my son, Dr. Marcus Cole, one of our finest surgeons. She endangered a patient. We are working with law enforcement to ensure she is apprehended and receives psychiatric help." The reporters wrote frantically. Richard had them. "This hospital will not tolerate violence. We will pursue maximum charges." ZZZZTTT. Static cut through the lobby. The massive LED screen on the wall flickered. Richard glanced at it, annoyed. "Technical difficulties. Fix it." But the screen didn't turn off. It went black. Then an image appeared. Security footage. Timestamp, today, 3:47 p.m. The footage showed a patient flatlining. Maya speaking urgently, trying to warn Cole. Then Cole grabbing Maya's hair and yanking her head back violently. The audio came through the speakers, crystal clear. "Know your place, trash." The room gasped. Cameras turned from Richard to the screen. Richard's face went pale. "Turn that off. This is fake. Turn it off now." The footage didn't stop. The assault played in slow motion. Then the screen split. The assault moved to the corner. The rest filled with documents. Confidential medical files. Settlement agreements. NDAs. Case file 2019-447. Patient death, Dr. Marcus Cole. Settlement, $3 million. NDA signed, Richard Cole. Record sealed. Case file 2020-223. Wrong site amputation, Dr. Marcus Cole. Settlement, $5 million. Records destroyed. The documents kept scrolling. Case after case. Death after death. Cover-up after cover-up. Reporters went into a frenzy. "This is fake." Richard screamed. "This is a cyber attack. AI-generated lies. Security, clear this room. They look real enough to me, Mr. Cole." The voice was deep and calm. The entrance doors stopped. The crowd parted. Admiral Richardson walked in wearing full-dress uniform with 4 stars gleaming. Behind her were 4 Navy MPs in combat gear with rifles. 2 state police officers beside them. And next to the Admiral was Maya Rivers in her Navy uniform. On her chest were ribbons. Purple Heart. Bronze Star. Navy Cross. This was not a timid nurse. This was a decorated war hero. Richard gripped the podium, looking desperately for his security team. "Gone. You," Richard pointed a shaking finger at Maya. "Officers, arrest her. She stole hospital property. She hacked our systems." The lead state trooper, a tall woman with sharp eyes, walked past Maya without looking at her. She marched straight to Richard Cole. "Richard Cole," the trooper said, her voice carrying across the silent lobby. "You are under arrest for conspiracy to commit fraud, obstruction of justice, tampering with evidence, and accessory to negligent homicide. Turn around. Hands behind your back." "This is insane," Richard sputtered as the trooper pulled out handcuffs. "I know the governor. I know senators. I'll have your badge. You have the right to remain silent. I suggest you use it. Maya walked to the podium. Every camera focused on her. She stopped in front of Richard. Up close, without his power, he looked old and scared. I'm not a criminal, Mr. Cole, Maya said quietly, but the microphones caught every word. I'm a Navy lieutenant. A trauma medic. I've saved more lives than your son endangered. She held up the hard drive. But these victims deserve justice. As the trooper dragged Richard away, the elevator opened. 2 officers led out Dr. Marcus Cole. He was crying. Handcuffed. His white coat dirty. He couldn't look anyone in the eye. The lobby fell silent as both Coles were led to waiting police cars. Blue lights flashed. Then one sound broke the silence. Clap. Slow. Deliberate. Maya turned. On the mezzanine balcony, Commander Reeves sat in a wheelchair. Pale, on oxygen, but his hands were coming together. Clap. 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 Then Linda stepped from the crowd, clapping. Then Kelly. Then Tom. Then other nurses. Then doctors. Then patients. Then reporters. The sound grew from a trickle to a thunderous standing ovation. They weren't clapping for a celebrity. They were clapping for someone who stood up to power. Who risked everything to do what was right. Maya stood there, uncomfortable with attention. Admiral Richardson stepped beside her. Let them thank you, Lieutenant. You earned it. 6 months later, St. Catherine's looked different. Dr. Marcus Cole was in prison serving 7 years. Richard Cole awaited trial on multiple felonies. His law firm dropped him. His friends abandoned him. The hospital hired a new chief of surgery, Dr. Patricia Hammond. She and Maya got along well. Maya was no longer working nights and cleaning bedpans. She was senior trauma nurse and training coordinator. She taught new nurses and improved protocols. The ER ran smoother. Staff morale was higher. Patients received better care. Linda was now assistant director of nursing. Tom was in school for physician's assistant. Kelly started a support group for nurses dealing with workplace bullying. Maya finally felt like she belonged. She still had nightmares about Afghanistan, about missions gone wrong, about people she couldn't save. But she also had new memories. Good ones. Patients she saved. Nurses she trained. A hospital she helped heal. One evening, Maya saw a young nurse being yelled at by a doctor. The nurse looked scared. Maya walked over calmly. Dr. Patterson, can I speak with you? The doctor turned, ready to argue, but stopped when he saw her. Everyone knew Maya's story now. This nurse made a dosage mistake, Patterson said. Could have hurt the patient. Did it hurt the patient? Maya asked. No, but. Then it's a learning opportunity, not a screaming opportunity. Nurse Chen, come with me. Dr. Patterson, we'll discuss proper teaching methods later. In the break room, Maya sat with the young nurse, Sarah Chen. Are you okay? Maya asked gently. I'm so sorry, Sarah cried. I messed up. I almost gave too much morphine. Dr. Patterson is right. I'm terrible at this. You're not terrible. You're learning. Do you know how many mistakes I made in training? Dozens. The difference is whether you learn from them or let them destroy you. Sarah wiped her eyes. How do you stay so calm? Everyone says you're fearless. Maya smiled sadly. I'm not fearless, Sarah. I'm terrified every single day. Terrified I'll make a mistake. Terrified I'll lose a patient. Terrified I'm not good enough. But I do the job anyway. Because people need us. And we're stronger than we think. Sarah nodded, taking a deep breath. Now, let's go over that medication chart together. I'll show you how to double-check dosages. Tomorrow, you'll be better than today. That's all any of us can do. As they walked back together, Maya thought about how far she'd come. From a war zone in Afghanistan to a hospital in Chicago. From a soldier trying to hide to a nurse standing proud. From running from her past to building a future. She wasn't Major Maya Rivers anymore. She wasn't Ghost. She was just Maya. A nurse. A teacher. A healer. And that was enough. The story of Maya Rivers reminds us that true strength isn't about how loud you are or how much power you have. It's about standing up for what's right, even when it's hard. Even when it's scary. Even when you're alone. Dr. Marcus Cole thought his money and status made him untouchable. He thought he could treat people like garbage without consequences. He believed his Harvard degree and his father's connections were shields that protected him from accountability. For years, he had gotten away with mistakes that cost lives. For years, he had bullied nurses and junior doctors into silence. For years, the system protected him while victims suffered in silence. But he learned you should never judge a book by its cover. Especially when that book is a decorated Navy medic who has survived things he could never imagine. Maya had faced enemy fire in Afghanistan. She had performed surgery in burning helicopters. She had made life and death decisions under conditions that would break most people. A pompous surgeon with an ego problem was nothing compared to what she had already survived. What makes Maya's story so powerful is that she didn't want to fight. She wanted to blend in. She wanted to heal from her own trauma and learn to be civilian again. She took the abuse silently, not because she was weak, but because she was trying to be better than her training. She was trying to be peaceful. But when Marcus Cole crossed the line, when he put his hands on her and let a patient die because of his pride, Maya had no choice. She became what she needed to be. A protector. A warrior. A voice for the voiceless. Maya didn't just save Commander Reeves. She saved the soul of that entire hospital. She proved that one person standing up can make a difference. She showed that courage isn't about never being afraid. It's about doing what's right even when you're terrified. The nurses who stood with her in that hallway, blocking Dr. Cole with nothing but 4 poles and oxygen tanks, they are heroes too. Linda, who risked her job to help expose the truth. Tom, who finally found his voice after years of silence. Kelly, who started a support group for abused staff. They all played a part in bringing down a corrupt system. They proved that when good people unite, they become unstoppable. This story also teaches us about redemption and second chances. Maya left the military broken, carrying guilt from missions gone wrong, haunted by decisions made in impossible situations. She could have given up. She could have hidden forever. Instead, she found a new purpose. She found a new family in that hospital. She turned her pain into power and used it to protect others. The real victory wasn't just putting the Coles in prison. It was changing the culture of fear that had poisoned St. Catherine's Hospital for a decade. It was giving voice to nurses who had been silenced. It was creating a workplace where people could speak up without fear of retaliation. That legacy is more important than any arrest or conviction. If you did, please hit that like button. It really helps this channel grow and lets me know what stories you want more of. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new story. I post inspiring stories every week about real people doing extraordinary things. What would you have done in Maya's position? Would you have stayed silent to protect yourself? Or would you have spoken up like she did? Let me know in the comments below. I read every comment and love hearing your thoughts. Before you go, if you know someone dealing with a bully at work, or someone who feels powerless in their job, share this story with them. Sometimes people need to be reminded they're stronger than they think. Remember, bullies thrive in silence. They count on good people staying quiet out of fear. They rely on systems that protect power instead of truth. But every time someone like Maya stands up, every time someone like Linda chooses truth over safety, every time nurses like Tom and Kelly find their courage, the bullies lose a little more power. You might be thinking, but I'm not a Navy SEAL. I don't have special training. I can't fight back like Maya did. And you're right. Most of us aren't combat veterans. But that's not the point. The point is that Maya didn't use violence to win. She used truth. She used evidence. She used the support of people who believed in doing what's right. Those are tools we all have access to. If you're facing a Marcus Cole in your life, document everything. Find your Linda, your Tom, your Kelly. Build your team of truth tellers. Speak to HR, to lawyers, to advocacy groups. You don't have to be a warrior to fight back. You just have to refuse to stay silent. And if you see someone else being bullied, be the nurse who stands in that hallway. Be the person who says, "No more." Be the witness who refuses to look away. Because silence protects abusers. Speaking up protects victims. Maya's story started with one act of courage in a moment of crisis. But it ended with a movement. It ended with a hospital transformed. It ended with dozens of people finding their voice. That's the real power of standing up. You never know who you'll inspire. Thank you for watching. Stay strong. Stand up for what's right. And remember, you never know who the quiet person next to you really is. They might just be the hero everyone needs. See you in the next story. And don't forget, your story matters too. Your courage matters. Your voice matters. Use it.